Y'all gonna have to excuse my voice, y'all, because it's been
a weekend.
It's been a weekend, child. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Charlie T, back again with another video. His friends Donovan here for another video because we love this topic, okay? This is like my go-to friend. Anytime I am talking about K-pop debuts, comebacks, all of that. Like, he hasn't been a stand since second gen like myself, okay?
Really.
And we're gonna dive right into it. So K-pop fans, come on. Comment down below your favorite K-pop group. It can be a girl group, it can be a boy group, it can be a soloist. Let me know. It can be any gen too. We don't discriminate around here.
Please let it be girls. I do discriminate. I like boys. I do not like the boys. Please let it be. If it's BTS.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
He said it, not me. Listen, I sing some of the boys.
No, actually, now I think about it. Because I do like Shiny. I do like, what's that group? NCT.
I thought she was the
Infinite.
First of all, about how we got into K-pop. Like, who is the artist? And like, what led you into K-pop in general? Like, okay, what was the moment you were like, okay.
I actually had two comebacks to K-pop, or two coming into K-pop. Hearing Four Walls, that was actually one of my first times. Like, yes, that was one of my first. Right after that, I heard 121, and I was like, oh, I love these girls. I love them. Then I kind of fell off with K-pop, and I was more into J-pop at the time. Then when I came back to K-pop, CLC was actually the first group that kind of like reeled me in. Pop Out by CLC. But that was a good song though.
She was pretty. She was cute. This was, I want to say 2009, 2010 time, somewhere around there. I was on some music video channel. I want to say it was MTV or VH1 at the time. They were playing BOA, aka Boa, aka Boa Kwan. And I was like, who is this girl? It was the song Eat You Up. Mind you, it's English, but it made me dive into her discography.
Right.
And then I found out that it's K-pop that she started in. So she was a teenager, actually younger than a teen. She was like a tween. Then around that time, that's when immediately I got into knowing Big Bang and 21 and then Kara, and for a minute I was like, okay, alright, this is kind of cute. You know, into the soloists. So Boa, Seven, Taeyang, G-Dragon.
Was that when, I was just about to ask, was that when it really started?
Yeah, so.
Because I did like G-Dragon actually. I like his later stuff.
Alright, so starting with the second gen.
Like, who were your go-to girls?
I think one of my go-to groups was actually Sunny Hill. I don't know if you heard of them. Oh my goodness, they had this song, Pray For Me. It was so sad.
The video was like, this girl finds this alien experiment with the way or whatever, and she like frees him and pray for something. And then he's like, kind of running away from her. So it was, I can't even remember, it's been a long time. That used to be
depressing. It just sounds like a lot of sci-fi going on.
It was,
Stop spreading the lies.
if you hear the song, I immediately jumped into Blackpink. So it kind of makes sense that.
It's a lot with K-pop in terms to the
There's a lot to look at.
singers,
Yeah.
dancers. Like, they go through a lot. Not all of them go through heavy years of training, but back in the young, like years ago, general still like, I feel like, you know, they are pushed to their limits or beyond their limits oftentimes. So we have to be careful and make sure not to bully any of, you know, these K-pop idols because of the fact that it's real. I'll be seeing it in a lot of their fan bases for some that really be hating for no reason. And it's like, y'all too harsh. Like, why do they have to be so perfect in your eyes? Like, it's let them be them. If they're not your type of performer or singer, dancer, anything, just say it. You don't have to go in further deep. It's not that serious. I'm sure you don't get paid for it. What do you get paid for? For me, like, I try to stay far away from the like huge fan base of like people and reading what they gotta say, because it's like, girl, no, it's not that serious. Right, like I'm here for the positive and that's it.
Right, it's not constructive, it's just dragging.
Yeah, it's never, I could see if it was constructive.
If it was constructive, and I get it, because
we are very,
look,
this experience is from like instrumental standpoint, performance, like visuals, you know. Right, and then me, it's more so the performance, like vocal heavy, dance heavy, especially with live performances. Comes to the production, I'm all about like the production of it all. How does it come with the story? Like what's the concept?
Right.
We are very, you know, critical. But at least it's like
it's constructive.
Yeah,
we don't just drag it. Like if I have nothing positive to say, that was cute.
That's constructive, right?
Yeah,
like, you know,
we're like, I don't care for it, and then we move on. We don't.
That's it. I really didn't live for the boy groups like that. Besides Shiny, they were like the main ones actually. Big thing everybody was into, but I was kind of like
they were like the
second
gen,
yes, they were. They really were. They for the guys groups that I feel like they were internationally for that, and then 21 was that
for girls.
For the girls,
yeah.
The Star.
Oh my God.
And then Miss A. Those were the girls. Those
I got into Miss Star so late.
You did.
It was so good.
When you first started, I was like, oh.
Right.
Sorry.
I caught on the very end. Like right when Third Generation started, and then right when it disbanded.
Unfortunately, literally. Okay, so getting it right into third gen, I actually haven't listened to K-pop like so heavily at that time anymore. From like after maybe 2014, 15 until 2016, like summer, fall time. I was just about to dive back into it, and that was with Blackpink. I learned about them because of someone I was subscribed to on YouTube was reviewing their debut. And I was like, oh, they are cute. Okay, I'm living for this.
No, their debut was
everything. I was like, y'all sick,
because that's what pulled me in. That's what got me.
But then not long after was when just about damn near all the second gen K-pop groups disbanded.
Literally.
Like the girls.
Month after month after month.
Right.
A couple months of freedom, and then more
I was like, what in the world is going on? It was sad.
I feel like a lot of them disbanded, I won't say for no reason, but it was like, why?
Contracts.
You can do it.
They have this thing with the 6 to 7 year curse.
Yeah.
As they call it.
A lot of girls, so
yeah. Or they just don't want to.
Or they just, and it's understandable.
Like, it's tiresome.
If I was in Blackpink, I'd be tired, and they haven't even been doing as much like musically.
The Blinks. For me, their production, the quality was there, but it wasn't always. I felt like their spaces, like the rooms, like, you know, wherever they were in the video, it kind of consumed them instead of them making, you know, taking advantage of the space. Right. Over time, like on this latest album, you know, they did, but that's because they actually had like the huge dancers, you know, it was more, you know, dance.
Like the production took over.
Yeah, it actually took over. Yeah. But I was just like, because in their stage presence is, they have.
It's gotten better. It's gotten a lot better.
I am heavy on Everglow. I love them. Do love Luna. Introduction actually back into K-pop, like with the third gen besides Blackpink, was Red Velvet. Like between Red Velvet, Twice, I was like, oh my god, they're so cute. Like Twice, I love them so much. I was so sad. My bias is my mouth.
Right. Throw that in there.
Just throw it out there. So sad when I found out they were going to be in LA for the recent tour. It was just a few weeks ago, and I was just like,
No, I saw people tweet about how they were in Atlanta not too long ago. I was like,
it's depressing. Yeah, listen.
I can never afford the tickets.
Because I want a good seat. I do like ITZY, but I'm not like a stan on them. No, the third gen. Yes, ITZY and Everglow.
Oh wait, yeah.
And fourth gen.
It's the fact that ITZY
started
like carried well into the fourth gen, and they've been kind of
like
doing
towards
it.
the
Like
end of
yeah. Oh.
Yeah. But of course, I like a lot of other third gen girls, but my go-tos for third gen, Twice, Red Velvet. I'm just saying, without any, like my girls.
Red Velvet.
Yes, we stand the girls.
I just love Red Velvet. Like the vocals. Twice. Like love them down. Even when I didn't care for the comeback, the B-side and the rest of the EP would always get me. Like
yes, and them girls
and those girls, they dance so hard, and it really takes me out. Like I cannot follow along.
I want to say, and this not to discredit any of the other groups because I don't know their schedules, but at least it's displayed to me all the time how having Twice works between their Japanese comebacks and then their Korean comebacks, and then they have singles that's not even part of a comeback at all. It's like, girl, and then they just got their, promotions and all of that. It's like, girl, but let's talk about another group. Actually, I got into late, but you were into heavy. IZ*ONE.
Oh yeah, they were gonna be on my list because next was gonna be Luna and then IZ*ONE. I love IZ*ONE.
Third gen has a lot of great.
Third gen was a lot. A soloist that my favorite soloist is actually Sunmi, and I just really love her.
Like Boa is mine. Actually, between Boa and Chungha.
No, that's what I was just about to say. I'm surprised you didn't.
Chungha is like everything. I just need more content from Hoodie because I love Hoodie, but I feel like she is underrated. She is underrated. I don't know what label she's with, but y'all need to do her better, okay? We go back to soloists. My soloist girls is definitely Boa, Hoodie, Chungha. I also have gotten into what's that boy name? It's a boy. I can't remember right now. He said BTS. No. Y'all comment down below. He has that song with Becky G. He sampled Chicken Noodle Soup. I actually really like him. He's really cute. Anyway.
I'm gonna get into the soloists because there's not as many now, and then a lot of them now are still in their group. Like Wasaha, like I love her solo, but she's still with Mamamoo, so I can't really say.
Oh yeah,
and Mamamoo, and I love Mamamoo.
You introduced me to Mamamoo. I was like, who is he? Dreamcatcher, you introduced me to.
I do. I love Dreamcatcher. I'm really inconsistent with Dreamcatcher. It's not them, it's me. Because they put out music almost as much as Twice does. If you cut Japanese from Twice, they probably do almost as many promotions. Yeah, almost as many.
These fourth gen girls now, we're kind of still in the realm of starting this fourth gen because it's only been about a good year and a half, roughly. For me, one of the groups, they actually just started the end of this past year. I don't care what anybody says, but they are coming like full throttle because when I tell you, really, honestly, they still are underrated with their debut, in my opinion, and even their B-side. With this comeback they had, people started looking at them on their single. But with this comeback, now all eyes are on them. They're playing it well, and I think they're following the steps of Red Velvet perfectly, and they fit that aesthetic. Like, they have that aesthetic, and they are talented. Dancing, singing, just full-on performance, like visuals. The girls that I'm speaking of is Billie.
Yeah.
Billie. B-I-L-L-L-I-E. Okay, I am a stan. I am am a stan. When I tell you, them girls eat. Added a member after their debut.
Right.
So the girl that was added after their debut, she started, I want to say, with their single. It was a holiday single. Yeah, she came from Planet 999. She fits this group so well, and with this comeback, I was just like, yes. Immediately when I saw this latest comeback, Gingayo, I was just like, I love the video, but the song, I was like, this is not what I was anticipating. But then I was like, you know what? Let me listen to it some more. It actually really grew on me. And outside from the visuals, I was like, okay, I'm into the stage. I'm into like their presence. They have great presence. Like, you know, I really like them. They're a girl group that I'm going to be looking for, but I feel like it's going to follow in the steps of IS1, where I'm crying because they're on a contract, a short contract. It's Kepler. Because
I forgot about that.
Yes, they came from Planet 999.
We cannot trust the showgirls. We cannot.
We can't because
they
like,
will
and they will go away. Everyone had high hopes for IS1, especially with that zero attitude. It was like, oh, they come in. Oh no, this was, and it wasn't at all. And it was like, dang, girl. I feel like it's gonna follow that trend. They started off hard, and then with the mask, I showed him last night this performance of Kepler's performance of Mask, and when I tell you,
they ate. Like,
I was like,
those girls really ate. I was
like, that should have been y'all debut. However, this is exceptional.
It will suffice. Like,
like they have stage presence. I love the subtle movements. It's and they
how
use
in
each
pocket
girl so well.
Right. Like,
so in pocket.
And it's like what we talked about last night. Like, they really do good to fill a stage. Like, and then it's like they create their own stage within the stage and then work that stage. Like,
you gotta know how to work it, because otherwise, why are there so many girls then? Third one, I know this is probably gonna be the first one you say, Stacey girl, it's going down.
I love Stacey so much.
Those girls are full force, just push.
Like,
okay.
When I tell you, they are pedaling. Like, those girls will not be defeated. The brands, the names, the styling, the singing, the rap, JJ.
Since debut,
I just
better and better and better. And
that's what really
like.
That's really what gets me is the growth. Like, because every girl group isn't gonna start, like, you know, with a bop and with you know, just hitting it. But to grow into it, to start off good and then grow further it's like Everglow for me. Like, Everglow started off cute, and then they just each comeback they kind of like kept topping it, and I just love it. I love it.
And I love it even more because of the mere fact that it's not from a big three company.
Yes.
I look for the girls, all the girls that I just named, none of them, like for this fourth gen, none of them are from big three companies whatsoever. But yet, those companies are really invested. And I feel like it's because they're from the label that only has them as a group.
Right.
Like, so they're investing all of their funds into what they need to do.
And they're getting a return.
And they're gonna, exactly, especially with Stacey girls. They are, when I tell you,
all the shows that they won, like,
the way they've been promoting, which I don't know why, I'm just now thinking about this. Hold on, pause. I don't forget about second gen girls, really, but this is the second gen group that I'm about to say. However, they've been very prominent in third gen time frame and
I was just thinking about it. And I was like, what did this girl?
Stacey girls have been promoting themselves. It reminds me so much of A-Pink.
Yes. I just thought about them too. I'm like, how did I forget them?
They were promoting in 2020 when COVID hit. When quarantine hit,
that stage,
they took advantage.
They were like
the only girls.
They were the only,
like, just performing. No audience at all. Just live.
Girl, we're eating anyway.
Their subunits.
Every channel.
Pink for me was and now it's back in early 2019. The first person that can guess correctly my bias from A-Pink. In the comments section, I would have a special prize because when I tell you this girl for me immediately, I was like, girl, she eats.
She really eats.
I thought that was like their first time coming back. It was like the third gen time frame, like. But you told me, like, no, it was other stuff. I'm so sick of it.
I'm so sick was so sickening. And it was so simplistic and so minimal. It was before they got into more like magical realism with like
so sick.
It was
all of their comebacks have been slapping for me since I started getting
like,
into them.
And it's
like,
just crazy,
really.
not like we were talking before, like about how they really don't have a rapper. Like they don't have a designated rapper. Like they have, they have a rapper. Like it's like 2 or 3 of them that rap, but it's really like rap passing.
Because their actual rapper was gone.
Yeah, he carries so well without a rapper, and that's what made one of the 4th gen groups so special. Is the fact that they also don't have a rapper, and it's all vocal. But they come from another 3rd gen group that was so vocal heavy.
Yes.
G-Friend.
Yes.
I cannot believe I forgot about them. And then BBZ came from that, and they're vocal, like purely vocal. I'm like
they came
about to
ninjas. They said, "Here we are, Gross.
Yeah, look,
3 of us now."
Rebranding. Look, one's really going up for them, like I would have hoped. But I do feel like it's kind of one of the things that will happen when a group comes from, or when a subunit becomes like a prominent group, like an actual group, like it's not intentionally a subunit.
Yeah, because they're not getting everybody.
Yeah.
But also thinking about it, they're now rebranding. They're introduced as like a new,
whole new
group, and it's like they're mature. Mind you, they come from a whole other generation. Yeah. So it's like you got older girls like Mama Moo and like you have like A-Pink, they're older. So it's like you have a fan base right now who's the demographic is kind of like
there's a little gap.
Right, there's a little gap. So it's like
definitely going to be like interesting to see how they get to maneuver through everything.
Yeah, but also with these 4th gen groups, they're getting younger and younger.
Yeah.
The debuts were not all back in 2nd gen and 3rd gen. They were not always that young.
No,
we were starting off at 14 years old. Girl,
I tell you
should not debut yet.
No, like Luna was the only group that had a girl still in school. A few of them were still in school, but that had a girl still in school, and it was kind of like weird that y'all still debuted her and still pushed her. But now it's like everyone's doing a 12-year-old, like throwing a 12-year-old out there.
It's crazy. It's too soon. Especially again, going back to the mere fact that like the fan base is crazy.
Yeah,
the netizens can go in sometime, and it's like the younger you are, I feel like the harder it's gonna be, and like you need to take your time before you go out there because mental health is so important, and I feel like they get it hard. The idols get it so hard, and so if you're younger and you're having to take that in, that's not good. That's not good at all. It's not cute. And if you're already behind the scenes, because some of the groups, a lot of the groups get mistreated, behind the scenes, not from fans, but
like management,
the management and stuff, and it's not good. And living spaces like that's happened with some of these, especially some of these boy groups, girl groups and boy groups. Like it sucks, and so they go through a lot mentally and physically. So it's like, dang,
But aespa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how did I forget?
But right. I keep forgetting that's really what their start was.
There's a lot of girls.
But aespa is eating.
Yes.
Like that album.
aespa is everything.
Well,
it's not even an album. It felt like an album.
It felt like an album,
like
and that's the thing.
album.
That's what makes it.
That'll do it.
You do not have to worry about me
at all.
Girl, I will be listening.
And the fact they came out with singles first,
like
and we're topping the charts
for a while, like
before finally coming out with their EP.
And I love them. I actually really have grown to love them so much.
But they come from Big 3.
And so it's kind of also. But I will say, like, I love that they're a group from the Big 3 where the money that's being put into them isn't already a thing for them.
Yeah.
I like that they're actual talent. Like, it's not mediocrity just thrown on a stage. This is medium critical, but they offer a lot, and I could see them doing really well, even if they were with, like, if they were with a small company like Stacy, they would still probably eat because they are really talented.
Yeah.
Like, next to Stacy Girls.
Stacy Girls.
I just really love them so much.
Yes.
Like, between Aespa, Stacy, VBZ is someone I'm actually gonna try to like really follow because I'm just really curious about where they're going.
Because their EP was really good too.
And it was really good. And I feel like something about it. Like, I think one of the things with Mamamoo that made them kind of better for third generation and kind of gave them a standout thing was that they were older too when they debuted and everything. So it was kind of like there was instantly a more mature factor.
Right.
And, you know, I'm maturing myself. So it's like, I might relate to BBC a little more.
Let's follow this journey.
So let's go with them.
Thank you guys for joining me on my first Let's Talk K-Pop. Until next time, see you guys.